This is the TeamClearCoat podcast. We're two friends finally doing something about our obsession with cars.
We're probably not doing it well, but it should be fun and we might actually learn something along the way. I'm Ian.
And I'm Dave, and this is our show. Hello, Ian.
Hello, Dave.
Where are we?
We are driving to Unser.
What are we in?
We're in a lot of layers.
We are in a lot of layers.
A lot of layers.
We are layered up in my old man sedan.
Yeah, we're in the Infinity.
Yeah.
And
that is mostly shifting gears.
Yeah, I want to hear about that.
Yeah.
It is cold out.
Uh-huh.
We are going to go do an outdoor karting race.
Yes.
Because we're super geniuses.
Right now in Denver, it is 22 degrees. Deuce, deuce.
Oh, that is very bright.
Yep, and I'm going to put sunglasses on.
Yeah. Wow, we didn't anticipate that for
Nope.
video.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
well.
working well.
That's podcast listeners. That's just for you.
I'm not washed out. Let's see if we can. Oh, now it's super dark. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Oh, no.
We're going kart racing, Ian.
We're going kart racing. Have you done the winter kart racing
This
yet?
is my first winter thingy.
Okay.
Did you get a t-shirt for me, or do they have one?
They'll have one there.
Okay, cool. Okay.
I couldn't remember what size you would be.
Yeah. Large.
My large son.
Yeah.
My large son, Dave. So I did one.
Uh-huh.
And it was very, very slippery because it had snowed the day before.
Okay, all right.
And now, hopefully, the track will at least be dry.
Right.
But it's supposed to start snowing at 11, so hopefully
Right.
we'll see how that goes.
I got snow at my house last night.
We did a little bit too.
Okay.
Downtown, yeah, there was a little bit. We should probably mention that we are somehow, for some reason, sponsors of this.
Yep.
Of this racing series.
Yep. Good financial decisions for the Team Clearcoat podcast.
We are one of only 3 sponsors, which means that we're super geniuses.
Is one of the other ones Unser?
No.
Okay, who else is sponsoring it? Like a kart company?
You would ask me that.
Yeah.
You would ask me that. It is, I believe there's a racing company and then also a real estate.
Okay, all right.
Is also sponsored.
Project your voice, Ian.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Outside voice in the old man sedan.
Uncertainty made me quiet.
Ian, when you're in the old man sedan, you lose your hearing and you have to start shouting.
Pardon? All right.
No, my knee's been that way since the war.
What are our goals for today?
Survivability.
Surviving. Okay.
Yeah,
Not dying.
Yeah, not dying. That's goal number 1.
Good.
For me, this is the fact-finding mission. This is my exploratory.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Venture into winter karting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did that last time. I did not do well.
Okay.
It did not go well for me.
Yeah, you were really bummed about your performance last time. Talk me through that.
I just really struggled. I really struggled as the track was gripping up.
Okay.
To find any sort of grip at all.
What was the surface like when you got there versus how it changed
when we got there,
the day?
It was snow.
Okay.
Snow.
So they had not plowed the track?
No, so they went out and kind of had a
brush?
Polaris thing, and they just kind of ran the line for a little bit.
Oh, okay,
And then they let us go out as a practice session to kind of try the track. And that was, slow. But
sure.
A blast.
I'm sure. See, that's the whole thing about this. I don't care if it's slow.
Yeah.
I just think it's going to be fun, period.
I think it's going to be fast today.
Yeah.
Because by the time when the track dried, it ended up being people were back down on the 115s again.
Okay.
And I was not.
Okay.
I just didn't trust it in a couple of spots.
Okay. Do you think it was a trust thing?
I think it was, yeah.
Okay.
It was just a confidence thing.
Did you spin? Did you go off the track at all, through warm-ups or races?
I got close. I did spin once in the warm-up.
Okay. All right.
But so did most other people.
Sure. Well, yeah. That's what the whole warm-up is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and was that the first? No, they had run one before, but still, most people are new to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was a bunch of people spinning out in the warm up, but Yeah, I don't know. I ended up like last in one heat and sixth in another.
That's very interesting that you could end up last.
I just didn't do well. Yeah.
Speak up.
I just didn't do well. I just couldn't get into it. I don't know.
Just weren't in the right headspace?
Yeah, maybe. And then, like I said, there was a few spots on the track where I just didn't trust it.
Okay.
And I could tell I was losing speed in those places. People would just walk away from me, you know.
Okay.
And then, you know, the one heat I did have a very slow kart.
Okay.
But I'm not going to blame that because I think it was more me than equipment.
Okay.
So
there is such a huge mental aspect to it, like such a huge like faith.
Yeah, especially when conditions are changing.
Yeah.
It becomes really hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not good at that yet.
This is almost like the professional bowling of like kart racing, right? Where like
what do you mean? Like
so like the whole thing about like professional bowling is like they lay down like an oil pattern, right? And then that moves around as the tournaments are going on.
Oh, okay.
And so the pros have to read these changing conditions all the time. And racing obviously very similar, like different parts of the track are more exposed to the sun and getting traction, and like so you have these parts that are just definitively going to have more grip than others and less, Yeah.
So in other words, what you're trying to say is we're going to pivot to bowling.
Yeah, absolutely. This is now the bowling podcast. Yeah. We're as equally good at bowling as we are kart racing.
I think that's fair. I've bowled a 68 before.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I've also bowled like a 200 before. So.
Okay. Was that like one of those magical like whiskey bowls?
Yeah.
Where you were like, you had that magical combination of like drunkenness to...
There's a very specific amount of whiskey that makes me an excellent bowler.
Right.
And I have no idea how much it is.
Yeah, like the whiskey event horizon.
Yeah. The same thing qualifies for pool.
Okay.
Where I have just enough to where I don't think about it too much.
Sure.
And I kind of get out of my own way.
Right. But you're not sloppy.
Right. It's a very narrow sliver of time.
Right. I feel like there's like eyedroppers difference.
Definitely.
And you have to take, it's like the weather. You have to take into account the food you've taken in.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
The humidity, the dew points, the prevailing winds.
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot to consider.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think
I'm going to go cooled seats.
I see coolers are going on in the old man sedan.
Yeah. I have 7 layers on my bottom.
Yeah.
All right, so your goal is don't die. My goal...
Oh, I was going to say bowl of 200.
200.
Yes, don't die, fact-finding mission, going in with low expectations.
Okay.
Yeah.
My goal is mid-pack.
Mid-pack, okay.
Mid-pack.
Okay.
In both heats.
Hey, how many people showed up last time you did this?
It was just enough that they didn't run one heat. So it was like 20-something.
Oh, okay. So they had you split up between heavy and light.
And they put me in the heavy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that just like because of the wind resistance from your hair, or what?
No, I told them how much I weighed, and they put me in heavy.
Oh, okay.
But they had
must
there was
move
some
the
fast
cutoff. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think it depends on like who shows up too.
Gotcha.
Or like there was a couple of like,
really fast people.
Super duper fast people.
Sure.
So they put them in the light, and then they put me in the heavy.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm super fascinated to figure out how this is gonna go. My buddy Jason might show up, and that would be cool.
Awesome.
And so I don't know.
All right. Well, let's check back in.
No, I want to
race.
keep talking.
What are we gonna talk about?
We have to give the people piping hot content, Ian.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, I can tell about driving down from Beaver Creek.
Oh yeah, I want to hear about it.
Okay, so
so you have your winter setup on here is studded.
Yes, it is 17-inch wheels, more narrow tires. Where my like summer setup is 19s and 10.5-inch wide tires on the rear.
Right.
So 17-inch tires, narrow, studded, like the Firestone. Studded. They're not like the Hacapolitas that are like studs on studs on studs.
Right.
There's like the studs are maybe about like 3 inches apart.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think it's like a good balance for like, you know, driving on days like this when there's nothing on the ground.
And you didn't put a front axle in this car for the winter time, right? It is still rear wheel drive.
It is still rear wheel drive only.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, and so.
And Beaver Creek is what, like 2.5 hours away?
About two.
On a
yeah.
dry day.
On a dry day, yeah. A dry day, no traffic. I think Waze was telling me I could get there in like $1.45.
Okay.
Yeah, just outside of Avon. Yeah, it's really nice because like sometimes when you stay in Vail or like Avon or something, for a lot of people that don't know, like it's right off of I-70. So like you'll still hear like a lot of highway noise and stuff like that. But Beaver Creek is just like a couple miles back, and it's pricey, but it's really nice and quiet, and so my girlfriend took me up there for my birthday. We had like a nice we did like some spa treatments and stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I always think about it as it's where you go, and this is not a judgment, this is just some people do ski vacations differently.
Yeah.
If you want a ski vacation that is slightly more spa day than ski day, Beaver Creek is the place to go.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's not really a head down ski all day place. It's a ski one run. Go get yourself a foot massage.
You're right.
Ski one run.
Right.
Let's have a mimosa.
Exactly. Yeah. And so we didn't do any skiing. We snowshoed, and that was really nice. Yeah. It was just a really nice, relaxing trip. The way up there was fine. I overfilled my tires before I left to 34 psi.
Okay.
They should be running about 32. But in case anything happened, I just really wanted to concentrate the weight into the road, right? And so I topped those off before we left, and everything was fine going up. I really like the Infinity in the mountains. It doesn't make up for a turbo, but it's still good. So when we left, we both like had a little bit of insomnia the day that we were leaving, so we both woke up at like 5 a.m.
Okay.
And actually it was like 4, and it was one of those things where it's like, I don't want to move because I don't know if she's awake, and she was doing the same thing. Yeah. So we got like a super early start, which was good because a storm was like rolling in that second, and like it was coming down. So the big thing about like trying to get back from being in the mountains is whether or not they close certain sections of it.
Right, and for anyone who's not familiar, so between Beaver Creek and Denver, there's basically like 2 big passes where they could potentially...
So someone's getting pulled over behind us.
Is it us?
It could be. I mean, we've been rolling with traffic. Nope, they are pulling the car. It's a GMC something. Okay. Was not us, Ian.
Woo! I wasn't worried.
Yep.
Anyway, so there's 2...
Well, officer, it's a podcast.
Yeah. There are 2 big passes between here and Beaver Creek. So Vail Pass is the kind of the most treacherous of the 2.
Yeah.
It's prone to get closed.
Yeah, it's kind of exposed, even though it's lower than Eisenhower, the Eisenhower Tunnel. Like, it's only 10,000 feet and change, but it's pretty exposed, and it will ice up in a second, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they don't hesitate to close it, as they shouldn't. Yeah. So chain laws were in effect when we went over Vail Pass.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then the other one.
And then Eisenhower Tunnel, which is the Continental Divide.
Yeah.
There's a big tunnel, obviously, and it can get a little sketchy climbing up to the tunnel, but it's usually less sketchy. And the weather patterns in the mountains are weird, too.
Yeah.
So Vail Pass always gets dumped on.
Yep.
And then Eisenhower Tunnel, if you can make it to the top of that, it's basically downhill all the way to Denver.
Yep.
And you can basically coast.
Yep.
If you need to.
Yeah. That's one of those things, like, as soon as you get through the Eisenhower Tunnel, you just, like, have that sigh of relief, like, okay, we're going to be able to get home.
Right, and a lot of times you'll go through the Eisenhower Tunnel, and it'll be, like, whiteout blizzard when you enter it, and then you come out on the other side, and it's, like, 60 degrees out.
Right. Yeah. So we were driving in the storm. The roads were awful. We did, like, before we got to Vail Pass, we maybe got to like 50 miles an hour one time.
Right.
When it was super clear. But other than that, it was just hard packed snow and ice. And I could feel the car moving around a little bit, but if I didn't have studs, it would have just been a nightmare. Like, it would have been so bad. Yeah.
I actually really like that, though, when you can feel the car move around a little bit.
Right.
Versus when you look out and you see ice and snow. And you don't feel the car moving.
Right,
You're
right.
like, where is the limit? What?
Right. You're going to have traction until you suddenly don't.
Right.
Right.
It's better if it's constantly giving you a little reminder of where everything is.
Oh, okay, back off just a touch.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
That's good, though.
Yeah.
I've always wondered that with studs.
Yes.
You know, because I've never driven on studded snows before.
Yeah, I think the whole thing about it is, like, you can't just go 80 miles an hour, because when you lose traction at 80 miles an hour, it's going to be horrendous.
Yeah.
Like, metal studs can't do anything more at 80 miles an hour than, like, rubber can, really.
Right.
Like, when you think about it, right? So studs are meant for going slow and just powering through stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, yeah, you're like, it's like your car has golf spikes on. You're just doing tiny steps, you know? And, they work really well. So the experiment of, is it okay if I buy studded tires and not the Subaru, I think was a success, because I think I drove through some of the worst conditions that I could put the car in, besides like huge snow drifts.
Yeah,
where it becomes momentum driving, and we did great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're right. If you made it up Vale Pass during a snowstorm,
during chain laws and all that,
then you're good to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. That's the whole thing.
Money well spent, and now I don't have to plate and maintain a third car.
Right.
Right, especially as the Viggen's pouring coolant all over my, well, I put a catch pan under it, but pouring coolant into the garage as we speak.
Oh, man.
Yep.
That's insane.
Yep.
We'll talk about that on the main show, I guess. Because we both have Saab garage updates.
Yeah. I mean, like, when you start a podcast, it's like, well, how do we know we're going to have enough stuff to talk about?
Oh, we both own Saabs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then you add the icing of a VW on top of it, and then sprinkle a little old Manson.
Just sprinkle it.
Yep.
Green light.
Green light means go, everybody. I'm glad we didn't get pulled over.
Me too.
Yeah.
Mostly because it would have made us late for karting, not because your insurance rates would have gone up.
Yeah. Well, all right. Yeah.
Take a drink of coffee.
Yep. We both have our quad Americanos.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. So, don't die.
Mid-pack.
Not freeze.
Yeah, we might have to do like a March of the Penguins kind of thing, where we like huddle together for warmth and rotate.
Oh,
in
yeah.
and out.
That works better for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I can shelter behind the taller people, and they function as wind blocks.
I also think that we should do the old hypothermia remedy, where we take off our clothes and get the same sleeping bag together.
I mean, obviously. I mean, we do that when it's 80 degrees outside. Why wouldn't we do it when it's 20 degrees outside?
Exactly. Nice. All right, Ian.
Okay.
Good job.
Goodbye.
Good luck. Good luck at the races. We'll do some trackside updates.
Sounds good.
Okay. We love you, everybody.
Bye.
Ian!
Dave!
I'm freezing.
That was cold.
My fingertips are gone. I can't feel them. Ian, I can't.
Oh, they're very cool. Oh, no, thank you.
Put them in your mouth.
Not only are they creepy, but they're cold.
Here, we'll do this and then we'll switch.
No.
Ian.
Yes.
Ian, okay, so we just did our heavy class warm-up.
The qualifier.
Qualifier, yes.
So the way it works is there's a qualifier, and then there's a 6-lap race, and then the finishing position of that race determines your race in the final, which is 10 laps.
Yep.
We just did a 5-lap qualifier, and we are cold.
Yeah, we are freezing. So what is the ambient temperature outside? It's like
30 degrees out.
30 degrees, okay, yeah. So
30 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Feels like 23, it says.
Yeah, yeah. It's cold. So like, yeah, during the race, I brought my buff up. Yeah. Like under my chin, but then my visor started fogging up a lot, so I might have to do that thing where you put spit in it and like, the old scuba trick. I guess.
Can I spit in it for you?
Absolutely.
While you're wearing it.
Yes. Let's see.
All right. So how'd you? Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, can we get a helmet that fits both of our heads, and then we can podcast while we do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there were 13 people.
13 people in heavy.
How'd you end up?
I ended up 8th with a 117.01 something.
013.
013. Okay.
I ended up 5th with a 116.681.
Okay, so so I'm 4/10 of a second off of you.
For scale, my fastest time in going this direction is a 15.5.
Okay.
So
All right.
pretty far off.
Well, it's very cold. There's not very much grip.
No, there's not.
My cart did not have a top end. On the straightaway, there was the person that eventually passed me. I passed one person during the qualifying.
Yeah.
I tried to get you to start last because it's all time based, and you were like, "No, let's get up there." I was like,
I wasn't in anyone's way. No one passed me.
Oh, okay. It spaced out nicely.
It did. Yeah. They spaced us out really well.
One guy passed me at the end, and his cart just on the straightaway just kept moving away from mine.
Yeah.
When we were full throttle, it was like, well, what can you do?
Yeah, nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, and I'm not good enough to make that kind of stuff up in the turns.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's what a real driver would do, right?
But you know what? You were really pretty consistent.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. You got
what
fast.
Was my average?
117.4.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
And mine was a 117.1.
Okay.
So my last lap got slow again because the guy who broke down broke down in front of me going into the chicane.
Oh, okay.
And so I had just a shit line going in the chicane because I had to go around him. He was he broke down on the line. So there wasn't much I could do about that.
Sure.
So I lost a lot of time there, but I'm feeling better than I did last week.
Okay, good. You getting some confidence back? You feel like you can lean into some stuff a little bit more?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that guy almost went off. The light class is out there right now.
Yeah.
I'm sure putting all of our times to terrible shame because there's some really fast people here right now.
Well, fastest time in heavy class was the guy that pulled a 113 something.
Yeah, he's really fast. He's a no
pro
joke Carter.
Yeah.
Competitive.
So yeah, there's some fast people out here today.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll do another update after the next heat.
After our heavy heat. Heavy
heat.
Coming at you with heavy heat off my undercarriage.
Oh my god.
Okay, goodbye everybody.
Goodbye.
Ian, what do you have to say for yourself for trying to dive bomb me?
I was punished.
So I actually managed to catch up to you because you were in some traffic.
Yeah.
I passed one person.
There was 2 people in front of me who kept battling, and I kept catching them.
You kept getting caught. I could tell you were getting caught in it at the worst times.
And I just every lap I just kept doing it, and then I got kind of punted off in front of you, and then you went past me.
Yeah, and giggled.
And I'm sure you did.
Yeah, this was towards the last lap.
And then I got frustrated and tried to dive bomb you with the hairpin. I think I would have made it, but I locked a little bit, and I tried. You did. I was locking up a little bit because you guys kind of all got tangled up with the hairpin.
Right. After this, I'll give you my side.
Okay, so
we'll do a little sliding doors thing. Yeah.
I felt myself starting to slide, so I tried to fix it.
Yeah.
And I felt a pop, and then clang, 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 and then just spun off.
Really?
Yeah, because the chain came off. So I had no control over anything, and then I just had to watch the rest of the race like a chump from the side of the.
Yeah. So when I had. After you, so it was white flag for me after that. So it's not like it happened early in the race.
Yeah.
But still, if a technical happens, it's equally frustrating if it's on the first lap. DNF is the same, right?
It's very frustrating.
At least you got some good laps in.
Yeah.
So my side of the story, my cart was slippery as hell. Did you see me?
Everyone was sliding all over the place. Yeah.
This even more so, right?
Yeah, you did look like you were a little sideways a couple of spots.
So going into that hairpin, I come in shallow and start to pitch the cart, start to get it to rotate way early. And I know that I'm scrubbing off so much speed during that time to get around and putting the cart out.
So that's what you do kind of instead of braking?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Kind of instead of a traditional braking zone?
So it's like it's equal parts defending my line because I'm going to be so slow.
And you're sideways.
Right? So I'm trying to keep myself in/out of harm's way.
All
Why did
right.
my voice go up like that?
I don't know.
So you were coming up on the inside. I moved as you were trying to dive bomb me. That was not breaking for 2. That your move was a dive bomb, and it was awesome because I would have done the same thing to you. And so I came in early, started my cart rotating, and that's when you hit.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I think the front of your cart, the front passenger side hit it's all driver passenger.
Yeah.
The front right side of your cart hit my rear left.
Yes.
Right? And so I think that made you instead of pitting me, you pitted yourself.
Well, yeah, because by that point,
Right.
I had no drive
Right,
or
right,
anything, so
right.
I was just a passenger.
Right, right. You're just holding on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you ended up facing the hairpin to watch everybody else go by.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, buddy, I'm sorry, man.
That's all right.
I finished 8th. I couldn't get below a 118 out there. My cart was loose.
What was my best time? Did you see?
I didn't see.
Yeah, I have no idea because
Yeah.
I had to take, like, as you called it, the golf cart ride of shame. Back in.
Yes. Which was hilarious, and I loved it.
Yeah.
So let's hope the final goes better for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and you maintained your starting spot.
Thank you. Yeah.
So you got passed essentially by one person.
I
Right?
passed one person, got passed
you
by
passed
one.
me.
Yeah. Were you on the same lap as me, where the guy like at the chicanes at the very top just like said "fuck it" about the last one and just went straight over him?
Well, and I was behind you, and I was like, oh well, I should be able to catch you guys, and then you guys kind of walked away from me. I was like, shit.
Yeah.
I didn't get a good enough exit.
Yeah.
before that,
So on that one, you didn't get a good exit, and but then you got me after the long straightaway because my cart is so slippy.
Yeah.
I had to back off and start it rotating, and you were up and under me.
Yeah.
Before I even knew what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was proud of that move.
That was great.
Not so proud of the one at the hairpin where I broke the cart
True.
and spun
Yeah.
and
yeah.
lost.
Yeah.
And did everything bad.
And then at the end, when we were after the checker flag
I actually did
flew-
that twice in turn 1.
Did you really?
I did it to somebody else too.
Nice.
Yeah, I've never been able to do that.
Dude, good.
Yeah.
Good. I think since everybody's carts are so slippery, they're kind of backing off, and you're just sticking to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice, dude. You want to get out of the car. I see you pawing at the door.
Because I
handle.
want to go see what my time was.
Oh, Ian, it's going to be there.
have my phone.
It's going to be there. I should have grabbed your phone out of the locker, sorry. But then I knew you would have been looking at that and not the camera that we're talking into to talk to people on the podcast.
Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Is it?
It's not. I DNF'd. I don't like DNFing.
It was beyond your control.
Yeah.
It was completely, like, Ian,
It probably didn't help that I had locked.
us DNFing is a non-zero sum,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? It's like flat tires.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
That's true.
It doesn't make it really any better, but it's going to happen.
Yeah. Oh man, they're pushing hard out there.
Yeah. Yeah. So instead of YouTube viewers watching you watch a kart race out the windshield, because that's real entertaining for them.
It is. Sorry.
Ian,
I'm easily distracted, especially right now.
I'm going to put the sun visor down so you can't look outside.
Joke's on you. I'm short enough to see under it.
I'm lifting your seat up now. All right, well, let's go watch the people that are faster than us, and good luck to you next time, Ian.
Good luck to you, sir.
I think that might be our first battle that we've had during an Unser league.
You know, that's true, and I liked it. It was fun.
It was.
I mean, I was irritated.
Especially when I was in front of you.
Well, yeah.
So when I was in front of you, I was like, oh, Ian is so pissed right now. I'm going to do everything I can to keep you behind me.
I know. I thought about that. I was like, man, Dave is not. He is not giving me anything.
Yeah, there was one section in the S's where I think you were nice to me. I think you were nice to me.
Yeah. There was
I think
one
you
spot
gave me one.
where I thought
You were behind me.
Where I thought I could get him here.
Right, and be a dick.
And put him dangerously close to the wall, and I decided not to.
I could tell you made that decision.
It killed me.
And I knew
if it was anybody else.
Right. Oh yeah, you would have been through there. They would have been in the wall. Yeah.
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 Because I was definitely faster than you through there.
Yeah.
And that was one of the spots where I kept catching people, but they would always be side by side. Like, they would already be too wide, and there was nowhere to go.
Yeah.
It was frustrating.
You not only did you have the mechanical, but you had a rough shake of the traffic in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
So,
all right.
Anyway, okay, we love you. Ian's pawing at the door handle like a caged animal. I like Infinity old man sedan. Doors locked from the outside.
It's locked.
All right, we love you. Ian?
Woo!
Woo! Good job, buddy.
Good job. This young man.
Hi, I'm Dave.
Fastest time ever.
Yep, 1:16.0.
The first time on the podium at one of these events, right?
Yep, third place, buddy.
Third place, that's awesome.
So it was mainly because two of the really fast guys had bad carts.
Like real bad carts.
Real bad carts, yeah. But still, yeah, so enough about me. Yes, I got third place. Yes, I'm an amazing kart driver. Okay, all right. The people have heard it, Ian, over and over again.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, that's what everyone's sick of hearing about.
Exactly.
That's exactly what
Let's talk about you. Ian, you're obviously the mental picture of the last time we were rolling video, and right now are two very different things.
Slightly. So the first race, which determined the starting order for this race, my cart broke. I broke the cart. Probably is what happened.
You had a mechanical. It happens. It's a non-zero quantity that it's going to happen.
Right. The chain fell off, which meant it didn't go anywhere. Zero wheel drive.
Yep.
And so I DNF'd, and so I started this race last, which was the final.
Yep.
10 laps. And
10 laps, starting last.
13th out of 13.
Yep.
And I ended up 4th.
Yeah, you did work.
Yeah, I got into an enormous wreck.
Yeah, tell me about that.
So that must have been, was it already behind you?
It was behind me. Yeah, so it was like it was first place, second place. They were kind of battling it out and like kind of gaining incrementally.
You started 7th, right?
I started 8th.
So how did you get from 8th to 3rd?
Quickly. It was all like in the first lap.
The first lap?
Yeah, so through the uphill section, I just stuck to my guns and just like really focused and made sure that I closed the door early at the top for that downhill sweeper. Closed the door early, just stuck to it, and by then everything had already kind of like chaos ensued behind me and things had spaced out, and I had no threats from behind from that moment forward.
Because there was a huge wreck right behind you. I think. So I went from 13th to 9th on the first lap. And basically what I did was 12th place.
13th to 9th in one lap.
Yeah. The 12th place was right in front of me, or 11th place was right in front of me. And he was also kind of fast out of position. And so I just glued myself to his rear bumper, and we just together worked our way up. And then I got him on the front straight. And then going on lap 2, going up on the exactly the corner you're talking about at the top of the hill.
Yeah.
There was a big wreck in front of me.
Okay.
And they were stopped in the middle, and I had enough room to get in on the inside. So I had kept into it, but I had to slow down to do that because it was a totally different line, and somebody didn't realize that was what was happening.
While that was happening, why you were slowing down more than you normally would.
And so they just piled into me, which piled me into the other cars that were already like slowly rolling towards the apex.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I got like airborne and like went over to the side and ended up in the dirt, and somehow
ended up pointing the right direction.
And nobody passed me because
they were Dukes of Hazzard your way into 9th place.
I don't remember. I don't have the sheet with me, but it was. I must have been like 6th or 7th at that point.
Yeah. God, all that in lap 2.
Yeah, so I think by like lap 3, I was behind you, where I had to pass one more person, and then I was slow. I thought it was you.
Okay.
Like as soon as I got kind of clear air and could start looking ahead of me, I was like, oh, I think that might be Dave.
Yeah.
And then I started reeling you in.
Yeah.
Like 2 laps, I took a second out of you each lap. And so I was getting closer. I was like, oh, that is Dave. I need to catch him. And for some reason, I thought we were in like 6th place. Like,
right.
Because it was
well,
just.
You see me, you just think, well, he's not 3rd already.
No, that had nothing to do with it. It was.
Well, here's Dave. I can't be doing well.
No. It was that it was so much chaos and people going off and coming back on.
Yeah,
and,
like your mental count was just off. Yeah.
Right. I wasn't counting where I was.
It was just like focus on passing people.
Yeah. Well, just focus on like avoiding contact because it was hairy out there for a minute.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Someone just.
Oh wow! How did they end up there?
Oh, that's
boy.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Someone just. In a really weird section to crash on.
Yeah.
Ended up backwards, rolling down the hill.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, it was.
Here's the sides of the track. My head is where they are. The 2 pieces of track.
Yeah, it was weird. But yeah, when I got in and you said I was 4th, I didn't believe it.
Yeah, you didn't.
I was like, oh no, the leader must be doing a victory lap or something.
No, Ian. Yeah, you never believe me. Ian. Okay, so but when we were going up to the track, you were in your bad place, right? Mentally, you were not doing well, and I told you, I said, this is your redemption heat.
No, that helped to think about it that way.
Right?
Just to think like, it was actually kind of nice because it was like, there's no expectation.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
There's no pressure and just like have fun.
Yeah, you went to the kart gym.
Right.
You had a kart workout.
And then I ended up having like decent.
You had great
lap
times.
times.
Yeah. You were in the 115s.
It was like
on
second,
a cold day.
I think I was 2nd fastest in that heat.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I was catching you in 2nd place.
Yeah.
Slowly.
Yeah.
But
it was maybe like 4 or 5 laps in, and I looked back and I saw you and I was like, holy shit, that's him. He's doing work.
I had my head down, man. I was doing it.
And by that time you had, not only were you in 4th, but there was no one behind you. I didn't see anyone gaining on you. Yeah,
once I got through that nonsense behind me, I gapped him pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And I had a good cart. That helped.
I did too. I had a weird story I have a weird thing about my cart. So when I got mine, that really fast, tall, skinny guy that had the bag cart.
Yeah.
He talked to the guy that started in front of me. He was like, "Oh, you got 21, the devil cart," and he was like, "No, I got, it was the cart in front of 21." I was like, I have 21. What's wrong with this cart?" And he was like, "Oh, that's the devil cart, man." And I was like, "What? Like, is it loose? What's going on?" He was like, I think he said like he had a flat tire in it, thrown the chain twice.
Oh, okay.
Like it just seemed like the unlucky number. But dude, that cart and I were like, yes. Oh yeah, like there was like a Barry White song playing when I got in that cart. Yeah,
my cart was good too. Like I thought actually for a while I thought maybe it was slow because I was flat so many places that I normally am not.
Okay.
But I think it was just a dialed cart.
Yeah.
It just felt good. So.
I had a really weird instance. Coming down the hill into that sweeping right-hand turn.
Yeah, right before the main straight.
Right before the main straight. I oversteered there. My rear wheel, my rear broke a little loose. Did
you like hit the curb and hop or something?
No, I think maybe.
Or did you lift?
I didn't lift.
Okay.
Is the front a little bit more narrow than the rear? I may have hung just the tip of the rear wheel in the rear off the edge of the track, and it just because I was using everything, right?
Yeah.
And I just started and I was like, oh God, what's happening? And then it was like, oh God, Ian's gonna catch me.
Oh.
And so that was the game I was playing. I was like,
oh, that was when I took a second out of you.
Yeah. I was praying for that white flag to come up. I was like, dear baby Jeebus Santa, like please, because if we were
Dave Severnuk, hoping for white.
No. You know I'm editing this, right?
I know.
Yeah. So I was thankful the white flag came up because if we were out there another 10 laps, you would have had me easy.
Another 10 laps, I think so. I think like probably 6 or 7 laps we would have been.
I would have made a mistake before that.
I don't know about that. You were doing good.
There were 2 laps where you got a second out of me, and both those laps I made a mistake. So I have a 1 in 5 mistake ratio.
Right. I probably would have tried to dive bomb you and screwed it up again. Broken the cart again. But yeah, that was awesome. You finished on the podium. We finished next to each other, which is always a fun treat.
Yeah.
A successful day out, I would say.
Thanks for hitting me when we were coming into the pits.
I had to be like, I'm still here.
Yeah, Ian.
Yeah.
You did great, buddy. You did great.
You too. Good job all around.
Yeah. So everybody needs to come out to Unser Centennial and join us in the Winter Racing League.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, you have to do that.
Yeah, we're sponsors. We have stickers.
Yep, we have stickers. Yeah, you'll see our dumb name on the PowerPoint slides that they made, so we sullied those. Yeah, they mentioned our names before we started.
Yeah. And everyone, and it was a full smattering of applause.
I think people were like, "Oh, they're here. We should probably clap."
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's what we deserve.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So we'll drop this as a full episode. So we should give people our normal plugs. We should do that kind of stuff.
The TeamClearCoat.com.
Yes, do that. Follow us on YouTube where you're watching this.
I don't know why I said that. It's TeamClearCoat.com.
Yeah, TeamClearCoat.com.
We're on the media social.
Yep, Instagram, Twitter, blah blah blah.
Come out and beat us at karting. Because
absolutely.
We're pretty mediocre.
Yeah. We need to think of a if you come out to a race and we're here, if you are the first one to tell us the word Mario, we'll give you a voucher to race for free.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Limit two.
Yeah.
And then
you say Mario, you race
to
for
our
free.
faces.
To our faces. Yep.
These faces.
Yep.
Podcast listeners, I don't know.
Yep.
Look at us on YouTube.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah. Good job, Ian.
Good job.
Yeah. TeamClearCoat.com. Yeah.
We love you, everyone.
We love you. Bye.
Goodbye.